Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel T-Spot. In this video,
in the 10th episode, Shawn and Lee learned they're having a boy. After facing yet another pregnancy scare, Lee had to survive not one, but 2 difficult procedures before they could choose a paint color for the nursery. In episode 10 of The Good Doctor Season 6, there was a time jump. Lee had been aware of her pregnancy for 3 months. Lim is currently using a cane to walk. She practiced walking with it and wants to give Clay coffee. Lynn believed Clay can hold out. Andrews finds it to be absurd. They meet with Perez in this encounter during his 6-month probation. He is subject to random drug testing and is not allowed to dispense medication. Jordan will be watching over him. Sean wants to know whether the baby is a boy or a girl during the ultrasound. But Lee doesn't appear to care. Her uterine wall is thinned, which could be problematic. The lining might, however, hold up. Lee is placed on bed rest, but Sean suggests a surgical fix. Sean wants to teach Lim in Glassman an experimental procedure. According to Glassman, if he does this, then they risk losing the baby. Sean claims he will lose Leah and the child if the uterus ruptures. Surgery is required for a teen with Gardner syndrome. He's already undergone numerous prior surgeries. Leah is unsure of her intentions. According to Lim, she is not required to make a decision right away. Sean believes she do act right away. Lee believes Sean she will have surgery if he agrees that it is the best course of action. But she wants him in the operating room in case they miscarry. Park performs surgery on the adolescent patient and learns that if the tumor is removed, the patient will only have half of a liver left. The teen's liver is losing efficiency. He urgently needs a bowl transplant. His liver is being harmed by his eye defeating. When Morgan's alarm goes off, Park asks what she is doing. Finally, she acknowledges that she is implanting embryos, but she doesn't want Park to know. Lee is reassured by Sean that this time will be different. Jordan is not welcome since it would raise the risk. The child is in excruciating pain and Perez is unable to provide him any painkillers due to the circumstances. All of the surgeries have left the child with a significant damage. Sean irritates Glassman and Lim in the OR by being obnoxious. When there is a bleeding, Sean wants to take over and he is not allowed by Glassman. Although Morgan has discovered a bowel, Drew cannot have the surgery at this time and Jordan and Perez strive to come up with a solution. Asher arrives to examine Leah's best operative vitals. Everything appears to be in order, but Sean claims she needs to be washed over for a few days. Leah can have Asher's company. Shin ejects Asher. After stating that she needs to rest, Park makes an effort to persuade Morgan to accompany him to Morgan's embryo implantation. Drew is in excruciating pain and ready to pass away. Lee is receiving flowers from the nurses, but Sean intervenes and complains that they smell bad. Asher informs Sean that he is being a pain in the ass and that Lee is not supposed to be in that room. According to Sean, Lee will get irritated if others ask her how she is doing. According to Asher, Lee needs more than simply Sean. Lynn queries Clay on whether the 3-month-old ring bothering him. Lynn claims that the pressure is from being here. He stores the ring. Lynn hopes he isn't being impolite. Jordan is abruptly asked by Perez why he relapsed. He is unsure of why he chose to call his dealer. Instead of buying chicken and going on the date with Jordan, he would prefer a fresh start. Leah smiles at Jordan and informs the woman that she is unsure about the gender. She doesn't want to know because the previous time she chose female names and other details she miscarried. Jordan asserts that she believes in Leah. Jordan is kicked out. When Sean returns, Leah is nauseous from the food. Morgan informs Drew to determine whether or not he wants the procedure. According to Drew, the toughest aspect is knowing that his mother would be left alone when it all ends. If he can delay doing that, he will, before his mother leaves. Morgan keeps an eye on them both, as he is being carried into surgery. Drew's mother encourages him not to worry about her. She cries after he leaves. Lee is still unconscious and requires surgery. Sean is told by Glassman that he cannot enter. Glassman claims that he won't get Shawn unless they lose the child. Glassman and Lynn realize that the uterus is where the blood is coming from. Clamping it can put the infant in danger. Shin recites to himself what the physicians will do as he sits outside. When Andrews notices him, he is with him. They ought to be able to stop the bleeding. According to Sean, Drew wakes up and according to Park, Drew can have actual meals in a few days. Morgan is still being bugged by Park about helping with the embryo implant. Because he won't take part. He is conflicted. Perez wants to switch bosses. Being near Jordan causes him fear. He is summoned to Leah's operation. The bleed is still undetected by the doctors. Asher joins Scene for a seat. Jordan and Perez also agree. Morgan and Park also agree Lee is losing blood. Shane is needed since Glassman will need to have a hysterectomy. According to Glassman, he and Lim discover something though Lee and the infant will be all right, says Glassman, who then speaks up. He claims that the scar tissue caused a uterine artery to rupture. But if she hadn't been in the hospital, she might not have survived. Hiding Glassman is seen. Scene hugs Lim as well. Everyone gives each other hugs. Lim asks Clay to stay for a moment, but Clay needs to get his coffee now. She claims to love both him and them and wants to proceed.
Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.